Welcome everybody to today's Facebook Live event from Avient Specialty Inks. Today we're going to discuss Wilflex Epic Underbase Gray. Epic Underbase Gray is a non-phthalate ink designed to prevent dye migration when printed as an underbase on 100% polyester and poly blends. When printing underbase gray, it's good to preheat the palettes for better flashing. Today we are using a 135S mesh for the underbase gray, then a 110 mesh for the white, 280 meshes for the colors, and then finally a 180 mesh for the final white. We're using sprint white for the underbase and the highlight. As you can see, the gray is very creamy, and this is our goal, to create a very clean print over the Epic Underbase Gray. As you can see, we're using a triple durometer 60-90-60 squeegee, and of course we flash the gray. On this design we are also using a smoothing screen, and then the sprint white goes through a 110 mesh. Again, a 60-90-60 squeegee, using about 30 pounds of pressure. After the flash, we come back with the colors. This is the Epic Mixing Base in PCs, 2381C, printing with very low pressure through a 280 mesh. See, it comes out smoothly. And then a 151C Epic Mixing Base with PCs. And again, very nice. After the color, we flash it, and we follow it up with the final white, sprint white through a 180 mesh. Very light pressure, just enough to lay the ink on top of the nice smooth surface that the underbase gray and the underbase white has provided. Bright colors, and as you can see, if you look closely, we split the underbase with and without underbase gray, where the white is going directly to garment and on top of the underbase gray. This will cause a great effect as it cures. We have no trouble printing it through these high meshes. Prints well wet on wet, because the underbase gray creates a very smooth surface, making it difficult for the ink to split. These are all printed on 100% polyester garments, and they create a great aesthetic. The highlights for Epic Underbase Gray is it can be used with any Epic standard color ink, has excellent bleed resistance, excellent elasticity, excellent printability, has a matte finish, and a smooth surface once it's cured. In general, underbase grays create an extra layer of protection against dye migrating garments. It has a different approach to stopping the dye. It actually absorbs dye before it gets up to the next layer. We're actually using a cotton white on this print to show how well it stops the bleed. If you find yourself having to deal with a particularly bad dye migrating garment, you can use a low bleed white over the gray to give you double protection. This is very common amongst athletic printers and printing over dye sub garments. The curing is quite simple. It's regular cure. So we'll have your oven settings to assure 320 degrees for a full minute in the oven. As your shirts are going in, you see a nice print. Color is very opaque. And you see a slight difference where the ink is going on top of the garment and on top of the underbase gray. The real fix is when it comes out of the oven and you can actually see the dye migration being used as a design element. Wherever the underbase gray is not protecting the white, it creates another color. So you're printing one gold and one blue, but you're getting more than one color with each one. You can see where the blue goes to a gray blue gunmetal and the yellow goes to more of a gold. See the difference? On the left is uncured, on the right is cured. So creating another design element is a great advantage with the underbase gray. Plus the elasticity is fantastic. Protection and function along with aesthetic. What a great combination. Thank you for listening today and hope you see you next week. Thank you.